All right, so overall energy for my sun, moon, rising Sagittarius is for the month of March. What can you guys expect? All right, let's start with Virgo in the 10th house with the south node and the full moon lunar eclipse in 23 degrees. So the south node, this energy is going to create this type of tension for you guys, I feel like, or frustration where you guys feel like, should you quit the job that you're currently at? Or you're going to feel like you're not being recognized or appreciated. Something needs to be fixed or something just goes wrong. So, especially since Mercury rules Virgo and Mercury is going to be going into retrograde in March, I think you guys are going to be going back to old ideas as to maybe places that you want to apply to, or old ideas that you had for yourself about what it is you want to do for a living. If it has nothing to do with career, then I feel like this is going to be talking about how you want to be seen publicly. Why? Because the 10th house is the public house. It's your legacy, how people view you. It's not just your career. So, but Virgo energy does talk about work, but it's also your daily regimen. It's your schedule. So you guys are definitely being asked from spirit, universe, whatever it is you guys believe in, to do something that feels emotionally fulfilling to you guys, like for a living, for a career, or act from a place like publicly that is emotionally fulfilling. Don't try to be like that squeaky clean Virgo energy that is trying to appear a certain way, because the North Node is in the 4th house in Pisces. Like, this means you guys are being given an opportunity to either create like a family business, or create a business that has always been the dream for you, or working from home. Basically, if Pisces energy is dreamlike, then you can do something that is dreamlike but also emotionally fulfilling, because we're talking about the 4th house. And I think while Mars is in Cancer, because Cancer traditionally belongs to that 4th house, you guys have Mars there, right? So for some of you, it's like you're going to be motivated at times. Well, that dog, shut the fuck up. Sorry. Some of you guys are going to be driven to take action, and then sometimes you're not. Why? Because Mars is the ruler of Aries, and during this month we have Mercury and Venus going back into retrograde, and they're both in Aries. Okay, so don't be too hard on yourself if like you are wish-washy and you're not actually taking full action or being proactive, but instead you're procrastinating. Don't worry, it's okay. Like, if you have a solid transit this month where you feel like you can take action, not procrastinate, do it. We're also going to have a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo in that 10th house, 23 degrees. I think something would have been illuminated for you guys during this time when it comes to either your career or how you are publicly. And does this affect you? Does it resonate with who you are internally? Is it too much to keep up with? Do you go like too hard, and who are you really trying to impress? You know, I feel like this is what you guys are being asked at this time, because with Mercury again being the ruler of Virgo and this being the 5th house in Aries, it's like, I mean, 5th house energy traditionally is ruled by Leo, right? So Leo energy dresses to impress, and I think this is awesome. It should, like, I mean, why not? But are you guys doing it for yourself? Like, that's kind of the karmic lesson here, is like there's nothing wrong with standing out or expressing yourself or wanting to dress a certain way, as long as you're doing it for you and not for others. So maybe that would have been illuminated there for you guys. It could have been something with your health. It could have been with your health regimen. Maybe you guys noticed you need to eat better, because 23 degrees is an Aquarius degree. Uranus rules Aquarius. You guys literally have Uranus in your 6th house. This is the body. This is the house of healing. This is how do you guys take care of your body and your health. This can also have to do with your throat chakra. Do you guys speak up? How do you guys handle conflict? Why am I going here? because Uranus is literally in Taurus. This is the throat chakra. Mercury literally rules Virgo, and Mercury is in retrograde. So there could be something here because Mars rules Aries. So this can be some type of mental conflict, or it's like if you don't communicate the things that bother you, or if you don't communicate honestly or clearly, then this can maybe affect your body or your mind, especially with Pluto and Aquarius in your third house. I think you guys are literally going to slowly but surely make the unconscious conscious, because you guys are transforming your mind for the better. What else? Nothing in Leo. Let's go back actually. Libra, Lilith in Libra. So while Lilith is in Libra in the beginning of the month, there would be anger with the collective or the internet, groups of people, friends. There would be things that you guys feel like are unfair. I mean, nothing's ever truly fair, right? So you got to kind of figure out that fine line of compromise and where can you meet people halfway. Lilith in Libra in general is talking about unfairness when it comes to contracts or relationships, things of that nature. And right now you guys are learning about this and what's fair and what's not, and justice with Jupiter, your ruler, in that 7th house in Gemini. Again, Mercury rules Gemini, right? And we got Mercury in a retrograde in Aries nonetheless. So Mars rules Aries. Again, this is in your 8th house, the hidden house. So it's talking about what's going on internally, but things behind your back as well. With Mars here, it's like it's either manifesting as motivation for you guys or conflict, based off of whatever it is you're learning. You guys may feel like there are a lot of unfair things happening for you when it comes to your friends specifically, because Gemini energy in your 7th house is friends. I mean, yeah, you guys would be in relationships with people who feel like friends, but this is also going to manifest this way as well with that Lilith energy. What else do I want to say? Uranus, the ruler of the 11th house, is in the 6th house. So there could be anger at work, things not being fair, maybe recent contracts. Venus in the 5th house. There could be anger with, because the 11th and the 5th are on the same axis, romance, dating. You guys could feel like things are not fair when it comes to romance right now. Let's go to the 12th house, Scorpio. We have Vesta in retrograde and Lilith. So Vesta is that inner flame that never dies, but it's in retrograde, so it's dying. It's dying, surely, but I don't know where I was going with that, sorry. Vesta in retrograde, and then we have Lilith. Lilith in Scorpio is a doozy. Whatever you do, try your hardest not to manipulate. Try to be conscious of this one. It's going to be very magnetic energy. Pluto rules Scorpio in your 3rd house in Aquarius. So I feel like something very similar would be taking place for you guys with the internet. Why? Because the ruler of Scorpio right now is in Aquarius for you guys. And it's the hidden house. So you guys may have hidden anger. You may have anger that you're not consciously aware of. It may come out suddenly, abruptly, with that Uranus in the 6th house and Taurus with the throat chakra. You may suddenly go, ah. Who would that connect with? Could connect with people that you either work for, work with, or you're sleeping with. 6th house, the body, is how I think of it. And Venus, the ruler of Taurus, is in the 5th house. There may be anger. Definitely with Mars in the 8th house, with people you guys are hooking up with, sleeping with, or like if you guys have like the case of the ex where it's like, well, what are we? And then you guys are playing that game. It's like you can't win the game unless you play the game. And it's like nobody ever wins the game. So like, there you go. There you go. Lilith and Scorpio. 1st house, Sagittarius. We got Juno in retrograde. Juno is soulmate energy, right? And if Sagittarius is fun energy, optimistic, freedom-oriented, but Juno's in retrograde, it's like, not so much right now. So I feel like for those of you that are out in the dating world, you guys may, or even in relationships, I think you guys would have difficulty having faith, I want to say, unfortunately. Why? Because Jupiter, your ruler, is in your 7th house of committed relationships, partnerships. So this may manifest even in friendships, actually, especially with Pluto in that 3rd house in Aquarius, and Lilith in the 12th in Scorpio. There would be anger around this. Mars in Cancer, those closest to you that feel like family. I think while, hold on, actually I want to stay on point here. Hold on one second. Jupiter's the original ruler of Pisces. I think while the sun is in Pisces, for some of you, you guys may be like looking to, you know, whatever it is you believe in, God, source, universe, spirituality, or even non-tangible things to try to make sense of like whatever's going on in your relationships during this time. You may be trying to have, you know, faith, basically, or at least you're trying hard. I think you guys are going to be trying to put the work into it. That's what I want to say. And because a retrograde is still a retrograde, it's still talking about the past. For some of you, this is going to be talking about having difficulty dating because it's like your mind is going to be on the past relationships. If for those of you that aren't out there dating, you don't care about that type of stuff, then I feel like this is you guys not interested in the dating field right now. Said that weird. Anyway, let's move on. 2nd house, there's nothing going on. 3rd house, Pluto in Aquarius. I pretty much already talked about this. I feel like your voice, like transforming. For those of you that want to do something on social media, I think definitely this is like your time. Sorry, I'm just looking. For those of you where it's just, I think it may be hitting you where you're just transforming your mind, your old thoughts is what I'm getting. Because it's connected to Scorpio in the 12th house. So these are old thoughts. Somehow it's connected to your 3rd house in Aquarius. Because I know Aquarius energy is futuristic, innovative, you're a genius. But with that 12th house in Scorpio, I get the past. So I feel like Pluto being the ruler of your 12th house, you guys are able to transform your past over time. And when you do that, then it's going to change the way you guys speak. Because it's changing your thoughts. Yeah. All right, 4th house, you guys have Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Saturn, Neptune, the North Node. Mercury and Venus at some point go into Aries and then they come back into Pisces. Basically, I feel like Spirit is asking you guys to figure out how do you really feel about truly for you guys, the thing is this. Your 4th house is in Pisces, right? Traditionally, Cancer rules Pisces, and you guys have this in your 8th house. So I feel like there's a lot of reflecting that Source, Spirit, Universe is asking you guys to do at this time. And I think it's just as simple as that. Asking you, like, how do you guys actually feel? Because Saturn is trying to make something very tangible for you guys. If it's not your feelings, then I'm going to say money, resources. Can you guys make money off of property, especially while Uranus is still in Taurus before it goes into Gemini? Actually, that may be, I don't know. I'm going to circle back to that one. The reason I'm going there is because 8th house, this could be shared resources, right? And the fourth house is literally property. And you guys have Venus at some point there. You guys have Mercury, your mind, thoughts. So your mind thoughts will be on money, how you can make money. And it's in Pisces. So what is the dream? And can you make it a reality? Saturn says you can. Before it goes into Aries, it really like wants you guys to hold on to something. So this way, like you're ready to go once Saturn is in Aries. So I want you guys to really believe in whatever it is you're tapping into, whether you feel like you can make it a reality or not. I guarantee you, you can. So yeah, Uranus and Taurus is talking about making money in a different type of way. Could be with friends, could be with, sorry for the background noise. I'm just going to say with friends. That's what I'm going to say. With Aquarius in the third house, Uranus being in the sixth. Yeah, let's move on. The fifth house. All right, so then the Sun, Mercury, Venus will be here. Mercury and Venus will go retrograde. We will also have Chiron here, Neptune, and the new moon solar eclipse in Aries in 9 degrees. So I think for a lot of you guys, there will be new romance. If it's not new romance, then it's like just believing in like putting yourself out there again for those of you who have been holding yourself back. Neptune is all about magic. It's the magician. And having this in Aries makes it very real. Aries is literally like the physical form, and Neptune is the magic. So this is legitimately the magician when it comes to romance in your life or creativity or the child. So yeah, that stellium in the fourth house in Pisces, that could have been trying to create a family or like have the idea about a family or like the idea about buying a home, something like that. That could also be your thing too right now. You could definitely do it. So yeah, sorry, the fifth house. I believe something new would be happening when it comes to maybe creativity for you guys because 9 degrees is Sagittarius energy. But for you guys in your ninth house, you have Leo. Leo's very creative. It's the sun, it's self-expression. So if it's not romance, if it's not creativity, then I feel like this would just be childlike energy, or you guys may be learning something new at this time. For some of you, I think it would be learning about how you really feel with Mars, the ruler of Aries, being in your 8th house. This is shadow work. This is not easy energy, especially because you guys have Scorpio in the 12th. It's really not easy. Venus and Mercury in Aries. This is definitely the return of the ex, especially with Mars being in Cancer. Cancer energy is the past. Just be careful. There could be hidden motives with Mars in the 8th house. Not necessarily, but could be. Anything else I want to say? Expect to shine. Expect to be seen if you guys are on the dating app or just whatever you're doing out there. Because the 5th house is pretty much the stage, whether you want it to be or not. Uranus in the 6th house and Taurus, there could be a shakeup when it comes to your daily regimen, the things you guys value, your money, work, the house of healing, especially with Pluto now being in Aquarius in the 3rd. I think there would be a big change right now. Oh, okay. That makes sense to me now. All right, so Jupiter and Gemini. All right, we already spoke about this. I think you guys are pretty much learning about more so this month. So I feel like what some of you guys are going to be in touch with, and some of you may not be in touch with this because of the water placements, unfortunately. It's your fears around communicating about your feelings. Saturn sometimes can bring depression or fears, and it's in your 4th house in Pisces. And traditionally, Cancer rules that 4th house. And right now, you guys have Mars here. Mercury being in Aries asks you guys to be straight up about this stuff. And then it goes back into Pisces. So there may be some type of inner conflict here with speaking your mind. So with Mercury being in Aries, this asks you pretty much to be honest. And I feel like this is hard for you guys to do. And I know that you guys are, I know this is like your thing. But at the same time, I think it's also a thing you guys like to avoid in fear of disappointing people. So I think this is what you guys are going to be in touch with on some type of level this month, with Jupiter and Gemini and the ruler of Gemini being Mercury. This going into your 5th house in Aries, goes into retrograde, and then it goes back into Pisces in your 4th house. So yeah, I think there's going to be some type of inner conflict around this because Mars is in Cancer in the 8th house. But that's what Mars in the 8th house is actually asking people to do on a karmic soul level, is to be honest. And because it's in Cancer for you guys, it's asking you guys to be honest about your feelings. So you guys may feel some inner turmoil about that. And you guys may feel entrapped with that Lilith in the 12th and Scorpio if you don't kind of work on that within yourselves. So yeah. Anything else I want to say? No, I do not. All right, guys, I wish you the best of luck for the month of March. All right, bye.